So I want to talk about the film Splice. It's a weird one, so I'm gonna say like off the top, like this is not for everyone, but I really like this film. Um, Came out in 2009. Yeah, I definitely saw this. I think maybe a year or two after it came out. Oh, sorry, the music's a bit too loud. I just like that background music. All right. So Splice is from 2009. It's a sci-fi horror film. It's an hour and 47 minutes. It's rated R for language, disturbing elements. Disturbing elements. Like, what does that mean? Nudity, sci-fi violence, and strong sexuality. Yeah, so this is a film for adults. I guess. I don't know. I mean, kids today are exposed to like so much like violence, like stuff at a younger age. So who knows? Who's gonna realistically watch this where the age demographic is? So the critic consensus on Rotten Tomatoes is it doesn't take its terrific premise quite as far as it should, but Splice is a smart, well-acted treat for horror fans. So yeah, 75% of the critics on Rotten Tomatoes gave it a good review, and 37% of audience members gave it a good review. Wow, that's much lower than I thought when it comes from the audience side. So me, I like this film. Like I don't love it, but it's all right. Like it's good. It's not like really good. I would just say it's good. Anyway, so more about that later. The premise: geneticists Clive and Elsa specialize in creating hybrids of species. When they propose the use of human DNA, their pharmaceutical company bosses forbid it, forcing them to conduct experiments in secret. The result is Dren, a creature with amazing intelligence and physical attributes. At first, Dren exceeds their wildest dreams, but she begins to grow at an accelerated rate. She threatens to become their worst nightmare. This film stars Adrian Brody, Sarah Polley, Delphine Chenique, Simona Mikanescu, David Hewlett, Abigail Chu, Brandon McGibbon, Jonathan Payne, directed by this guy, Vincenzo Natali. Um, yeah, this film just looked cool because on the surface it looked like a cool sci-fi film, and the horror aspects are pretty horrifying. I didn't realize how much of a horror film it was going to be. I just thought it would be a sci-fi film. But anyway, this is a good sci-fi horror film. And I say good because I think there are good ones, but like they're really rare. I mean, I think the sort of the pinnacle, like when it comes to standards today, is like the old film from the '80s called Alien, directed by Ridley Scott, like a sci-fi horror film, so sci-fi elements like futuristic technology and stuff, and horror. In this case, like creatures, like fictional creatures, and the violence and the dread and tension that it eventually brings upon its creators. Yeah, it's like a Frankenstein type of film. Yeah, like as you can see remember from the premise I just read, these two scientists basically make their own creature, and oh surprise, it does not go well eventually. So and I agree with the critic consensus. It doesn't take its terrific premise quite as far as it should, but Splice is smart. Yeah, so because we only followed the scientists and the creature, like it would be cool to see like more. It would have been cooler to see wider implications of what they did in the film and like in the universe they live in, and how the repercussions of the world they live in for what they're doing, which is really bizarre and different. But if but when it comes to like an intimate story about like you can see these scientists as two parents raising their creation a kid, like it's an intimate film. If you're into that, then yeah, that's cool. I mean, I don't mind that element. Yeah, because it's mainly just these three characters and their interactions and how they deal with each other, and it's a different type of take, I think, with this type of film. But like what this type of film, like Frankenstein films, or um like creature feature films, but it's cool. I mean, like it's different and refreshing in that way. I like movies that are different but good. Anyway, so that's Splice. If any of that sound interesting, I definitely do recommend it. Until then, take it easy, y'all. Peace.